answer and you said...
You can call the you want. I'm loving it.
Oh.
DaGames is not innocent and he will never be. Recently, people have attempted to try and defend Will Ryan's disgusting past actions and belittle what he did, with tweets on the situation getting thousands of likes. This was after Will Ryan was proven to have posted art depicting characters in his friend's Discord server at the age of 26 in 2018. Such content involved absolutely disgusting acts taking place in this content pertaining to and the content that Will Ryan was proven to have posted is quite literally illegal under his country's law in the UK. There is zero excuse. Defense documents have even admitted that this happened. Employees of Will Ryan don't even deny that this happened, but yet attempt to belittle it. And this isn't even taking into consideration that Will Ryan allegedly posted in his Discord server exposing numerous to the content. He also irresponsibly ran his Discord server, which exposed many more content, to which they even testify, as well as Will Ryan being proven to have dated a 17-year-old who was 5 years younger than himself. Nothing was actually debunked, and Will Ryan is still guilty for a plethora of immoral actions, to which my first video does well to break down. However, unfortunately, Twitter users don't bother researching the situation whatsoever. So today we will once again cover this situation, strip down the defenses, and also call out DaGames' fanbase for attempting to deflect the situation, defend his actions, and even slander me and report anyone who comes out about the situation to silence them and get them banned. So today we will go in detail about everything, so let's get into it. So recently there was a large Twitter thread made seeking to debunk and exonerate DaGames of his allegations, and this thread was absolutely terrible. They claim that the allegations are a part of a hate campaign to take him down for no reason whatsoever, but then are seen contradicting themselves and admitting that Will Ryan posted, and then even worse are seen attempting to excuse the fact that Will Ryan posted, which is to do with little. Even more concerning was that Will Ryan possessed and distributed these images at the age of 26 in 2018. He was a grown man fully culpable of his own actions, and yet this Twitter user attempts to claim that it was out of context and dated. Oh, you see guys, the drawn was just taken out of context. First, no context makes Will Ryan posting this content acceptable. It is not only fundamentally illegal to possess and disseminate this type of material in the UK, but it is also inherently for a 26-year-old man to be consuming content like this. The fact that this user attempts to discredit the situation with the "it was in the past" excuse too is entirely pathetic. Now, many people attempt to claim that Will Ryan posted these images to test out a bot in his Discord server. This is a lie. First of all, a Discord bot would not be able to analyze and distinguish such images, especially all the way back in 2018. And furthermore, he posted these images in his friend Chris's Discord server. He was not testing a bot. He was posting images that interested him in an channel of his friend's Discord server. Then he was caught out and then proceeded to delete the evidence in 2023. This can be seen when it showed that he had posted 83 pages of media, which was later reduced to 42 when Will Ryan purged many of his messages, including the Even if he was magically testing out a bot, this excuse would not detract away from the fact that he still possessed and distributed content pertaining to drawn, which is illegal. Even in defense documents made for Will Ryan, they admitted that he did in fact post this content. Even in this Twitter thread debunking the allegations, they forward a video thinking that it plays into their favor, created by a user named Internet Adjacent. But if these people actually watched the video that they were promoting, he literally admits in this video that there is no excuse for Will Ryan to have posted the content, and he even claims that it is indefensible and that he is painfully guilty for it. Roll the clip.
From what evidence exists, it definitely appears as though Will posted in a Discord server. That seems to be a proven fact. My issue with this and how it was presented in the document is that while it is very damning, I feel as though if additional context would be provided, it could make him look worse. It's already bad enough. I feel like additional context could make him look even worse. Now, they do claim to be looking more into the claim, so maybe more will come about this. But as it currently stands, though, my position is that it's a weird thing that happened, and it might be worse than that, given the context that will hopefully be provided. Whether he off to or not, it doesn't matter because it's a weird thing regardless to be sent around. But if he is off to it, then it's infinitely worse. And I saw in the comments of my video that people were trying to defend the stuff by saying it's not real children or it's not illegal, I guess. If that's your stance, You're weird. You're a weird person.
Even an employee for DaGames named Matthew Atlas Carey was confronted about Will Ryan posting in Chris's Discord server, to which in reply he doesn't even deny the legitimacy of. Instead, he is seen using the "it was in a past" defense, attempting to use the excuse that it was in 2018 to belittle the severity of the situation, completely negating to mention that Will Ryan distributing and possessing images to do with material is in fact illegal in his country, being the UK. Matthew was even seen stating to the user, "Go find someone who will mourn you when you're gone, cause it sure won't be me," showing needless aggression to a user simply asking him a very serious question. Clearly a nerve was struck here. So no, Will Ryan is not innocent. There is no excuse or justification. The material that he was posting was content. For example, Will Ryan was seen posting an image of what seems to be an animated along with the same character with bottles in the background. This art was originally created by an artist who I will color code as red so no one ever tries to find this content. And this character that Will Ryan was seen posting was their original creation, with this artist specifically stating that they create content. And for those unaware, viewing in other fictional depictions of in indecent ways is illegal in the UK under the Coroners and Justice Act of 2009, which made the possession of fictional involving illegal, verbatim criminalizing possession of cartoon images depicting both as well as adults, where the prominent impression conveyed is that the individual being depicted is that of a. This is undebatable. What Will Ryan did was a crime in his country of the UK. Will Ryan was also seen having posted 2 instances of artwork depicting Deku from My Hero Academia, who was 16 years old. This art was deliberately made to make Deku appear as a and bear the anatomical features of an adolescent, and this again was posted in 2018 when Will Ryan himself was 26 years old. Will Ryan was also seen posting art made by an artist who I will color code as Blue. Blue is advertised on websites as being a artist, as well as other examples of their art being created under such tags too. Now, the art that Will Ryan posted, created by this artist, which was especially concerning, was art depicting the Black Rock shooter, who is 15 years of age, and it was essentially content of this character, as the original image had this in its literal tags. Such examples of this content that Will Ryan had posted were equally concerning, as it was art pertaining to characters that bared the anatomical features of and clearly was made to cater towards one such example being art of Satanicha, who was 16, and even art of Miku, who was 16 years of age too. Will Ryan is also seen posting artwork of Sonic the Hedgehog and Amy. Now, while a lesser point than the other instances of problematic content that he posted that I mentioned before, it is still specified that Amy is 12 and Sonic is 15 years of age, and he was even seen posting aged art of the dog from Blue's Clues, who is canonically 5. In regards to the examples of content that Will Ryan had posted in Chris's Discord server, a video is being played currently showing the exact same account of Will's with the green rolled name had also posted memes to do with. When clicking on this account, you can clearly see it was the official Will Ryan's account, with his YouTube channel being linked to it, proving that it was indeed him. This was not some hate campaign, and this wasn't just Will Ryan being irresponsible. This was a 26-year-old adult culpable for his own actions, disseminating and consuming content pertaining to characters that had the anatomical features of that is inherently. And the only people who will use insane levels of mental gymnastics to defend this are themselves. Him changing does not now magically rectify the fact that he disseminated material, and that material being explicitly illegal in the United Kingdom. This same thread that already shot itself in the foot also attempted to make the claim that Will Ryan sending content to was a blatant lie. Ironically enough, however, they themselves were lying. By analyzing Discord logs pertaining to Will Ryan's Discord server, one is easily able to decipher that on the 18th of September 2016 in his Discord server, Will Ryan had posted problematic content and then had hastily deleted it. This had prompted users in his general chat to be extremely concerned at what he had just posted, along with Will's moderator at the time, Snowy, showing his surprise and stating why. This was then followed by another user stating for no more to be posted. This was extremely concerning, as Will is only seen in response stating, "Ha ha ha ha, tricked everyone." Keep in mind too, Will Ryan knew Snowy was 13. Video proof is being shown currently that these Discord messages did transpire, and to also corroborate this allegation. Snowy was also more than open about his age and had directly been involved in a conversation with Will Ryan where he states that he is 2 years older than Sugi, who stated that they were 11. There is even video proof being provided of Snowy openly stating that he was 13, and keep in mind, during all of this, DaGames was a grown adult. Somehow, the thread defending DaGames systematically ignores addressing the most important allegations to do with DaGames' inappropriate and irresponsible conduct in his own Discord server, to which Will Ryan hasn't even been transparent with yet. Will Ryan has not bothered under any circumstances to take specific accountability for the fact that he posted material, and certainly has not taken accountability for his egregious mismanagement of his Discord server, which resulted in many being exposed to problematic content, in some cases to which he posted himself. A head mod of Will Ryan's Discord server, Agent Ben Smith, who was 21 at the time, was seen making comments about with another user directly in front of Snowy, who was 13 years old, whose age was publicly known. Will Ryan was then seen commenting in the general chat minutes after this conversation took place, and took no decisive action on his head moderator whatsoever for engaging in inappropriate conduct around. And it isn't even surprising that Will Ryan did nothing, because he was seen making inappropriate messages and discussing crude topics around his own fans in his Discord server too on his own volition. The idea that his content is not catered towards is inherently false as well, and he even openly knew that were in his Discord server, even stating in reply to someone who said that they were 15 that they had a good age. A topic of conversation was even highlighted by a user in 2019, that Will Ryan's Discord server had an channel that allowed the posting of material, essentially promoting it in general chat for everyone to see. Users are seen being intrigued by what they state, and one user had even stated in reply that they ventured onto the channel when they were at school, with another user suggesting to implement an 18+ rule to solely only allow adults to engage in this channel filled with. This is especially concerning because are openly stating here that they are very easily able to access the channel that contains content, and that there was no apparent safeguarding present in this server to prevent them from doing so. This was even corroborated by a user stating herself in 2023 that when she was 14, she had full unmoderated access to the channel, and how it was inexcusable for Will Ryan to have facilitated this. This same user even went onto Twitter to testify how they saw extremely problematic content being disseminated on the server too, such as. Of course though, Will Ryan fans will attempt to use insane mental gymnastics to defend this behavior, or in fact victim blame them who are exposed to such content, stating how it was instead their fault for actually accessing it, not Will Ryan's for posting based channels in a Discord server that he knew contained numerous because his videos cater towards a younger demographic. I hope everyone realizes that responsibility falls completely on Will Ryan and the adult moderators who operated this Discord server, because he was a grown adult completely culpable for his own actions. And remember the 11-year-old girl named Sugi who DaGames gave moderator perms to because in his words she acted mature for her own age? Well, proof was provided of Sugi having had access to the mature channel present inside Will Ryan's Discord server, and this mature chat allowed users to discuss based topics and message one another. Whether Sugi actually engaged in it is irrelevant, because Will Ryan had essentially given a who was significantly younger than him moderation permissions, which put her in direct harm's way, as it then allowed her to possibly access extremely and inappropriate text-based channels. This can then even be corroborated by Snowy, who stated directly to Will Ryan that he was 2 years older than Sugi. Snowy was 13 years old and was yet entrusted with moderation permissions, where he is then seen making comments directly referencing the mature chat, stating that users were talking about inside of it, along with him also having had stated that someone dragged him back inside of it. DaGames' Discord server had even normalized topics of discussion to do with material, so it is without question that DaGames should come out and issue some form of direct response, fully taking accountability for the mismanagement of his server that directly put in danger. The fact that I even have to make another video talking about this because so many people are defending it is insane. Now here we get to another large factor that I want to address. It is the complete lack of backbone DaGames' community actually has. Not only will they be seen mass reporting anyone who calls out the proven disgusting actions of Will Ryan, but in my case, they will attempt to slander my name as much as possible in a desperate ad hominem attempt at degrading my reputation with buzzwords rather than actually focusing on debunking my claims. You see, these people can't actually form any logical rebuttal. What they will instead seek to do is lie about past situations to slander me as a to therefore deflect away from the indefensible actions of Will Ryan. It's childish, it's pathetic, and it's so easy to debunk. Allow me to highlight a situation. In my previous video, I highlighted how Will Ryan had dated a girl named Chloe when she was 17 and he was 22 turning 23. That effectively means that there is an over 5-year age gap between them. This is discerned as Chloe was seen celebrating their 2-year anniversary on April the 13th, 2017, meaning they started dating DaGames on April the 13th, 2015. And when looking at the date of both of Chloe, one is able to decipher that she was 17 at this time. This would also be further corroborated by tweets made by Chloe clearly addressing Will Ryan as their boyfriend, and that they live in the same house together on August the 10th, 2015. Will Ryan was even seen addressing Chloe as their girlfriend when she went under the old alias being Real Evie Gamer on June the 9th, 2015, when she was still 17. Chloe was also seen publicly stating that she was 17, turning 18 the next month on August the 14th, 2015. The proof is undeniable. Will Ryan did date a significantly younger than himself, and that is objectively weird under the court of public opinion. Twitter users will attempt to show draconian age of consent laws to argue how well the relationship was legal, not taking into account that Will Ryan knew the large age gap present between them, as Chloe made it known that she was a and the fact that there was a massive power dynamic in play too. A 22 turning 23-year-old man has nothing in common with a 17-year-old girl, especially when the additive dynamic is taken into account, where Chloe was a fan of DaGames' content. I'm surprised that anyone can defend an over 5-year age gap between an adult and and even more ironically, defame me as the over messages I sent to someone who was 17 when I was 16 over 3 years ago in 2022, and which was already addressed in my response video. These people will desperately try and defend the egregious age gaps with anything that they can scrape the bottom of the barrel for. These same DaGames glazers also attempted to slander me with the September 22nd situation, accusing me of having shown and possessed. This is completely false. Let me preface the fact that I never once possessed the images, I never once distributed it, and I was not streaming whatsoever during this time. The situation had transpired on Guamgo's livestream highlighting the proof against Mini-Blockshia's admin named Harp, to which I featured him. Guamgo, in his response to the situation, which I recommend you go watch, highlighted that in an evidence channel which contained the images that would be shown on stream, he had accidentally forgotten to censor one specific image of the girl, with all the other images having been systematically censored.
To hold all the new evidence, a Discord server was established at 2:33 p.m., eliminating the need for us to save screenshots or risk leaking private messages. While I censored the majority of screenshots, an oversight led to an accidental posting of the uncensored image at 12:53 p.m.
Guamgo then highlights that this image was then shown on stream by him, to which I noticed that he was showing the uncensored image, and I had immediately told him to quickly remove the stream, to which he did. Keep in mind, Guamgo was 16 at this time. This situation does not make him a
Despite my efforts to ensure proper categorization and censorship of the evidence, an uncensored image was inadvertently shown during the stream. This mistake was only brought to my attention mid-stream, prompting the immediate termination and deletion of that livestream.
Guamgo had even allegedly consulted the FBI regarding this situation, and they apparently confirmed that the image wasn't even legally classified as with him showing proof of being in contact with them. The fact that a situation like this is twisted to Parlo showed and is therefore a is so stupid considering the fact that none of that was even true. Unlike Will Ryan, Guamgo has addressed this situation more times than I can count, and accountability has been taken numerous times before. So what excuse does Will Ryan have in regards to his own allegations now? Guamgo can take massive amounts of accountability for this situation and address it, but Will Ryan is still dead silent. DaGames fans even attempt to bring up a defunct and false document created on me, in which shows debunked allegations from 2022, which I have already addressed addressed in detail in a counter document. It also goes over the curb situation, which I have already addressed in detail and even got in cool with him on my PM Damien video. And the document even covers the dupe situation, in which I have addressed in my video titled The Truth, and to which Dupe himself, before he left the internet, came to me in DMs and apologized for the entire situation, and any claim that he was or manipulated into doing this is completely false. The original person who made this thread defending DaGames not only blocked me after I countered one large aspect of their thread, which was very mature of them to do, but they also attempted to spread verifiable slander against my name, to which they then started playing victim on Twitter, stating that they blocked me to stop being harassed. Yet this is a blanket statement excuse. They were never harassed. They knew that they were never going to be harassed, and they only blocked me to prevent me from debunking their poorly made thread defending a grown man who indulged himself in material. So what have we learnt about this all? Well, the defense for DaGames is laughably bad, and nothing at all has actually been debunked. It is essentially just DaGame fans going into cope overdrive, attempting to prove Will Ryan's non-existent innocence, while systematically ignoring his disgusting actions and deflecting the situation as much as possible by bringing up old points against me that I've already addressed numerous times before, unlike Will Ryan, who has actively chosen to remain silent in hopes that his fanbase will do the defending for him, or that the situation will just blow over and everyone will eventually ignore it. If the DaGames fans want to ensure that they will actually be taken seriously, maybe spreading false allegations while defending someone who has been proven to have committed a crime isn't the best way to go, especially when you start mass reporting anyone who goes against you and you are seen immaturely insulting anyone who has a differing opinion to you. It doesn't exactly give you the best look. But anyway, for clarification as this video ends, this video is not intended for hate, harassment, or cyberbullying whatsoever. This video is instead intended for educational and informative purposes only, going over the entire situation as a whole in a documentary style context. I'd also like to clarify that this video is intended for more mature audiences as well, as more mature themes are actively being discussed, so viewer discretion is of course advised. All necessary content has been sufficiently blurred, and this video complies with all of YouTube's community guidelines. And with that all being said, thank you all for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and comment your opinions down below about this situation, and join my Discord server to contact me if you wish, or to get any updates. My Discord server is discord.gg/Parlo. And with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Goodbye.